Hello, my beautiful friends. It has officially been a year since I dropped my debut chapbook and also with you a multimedia exploration of love, lust, and heartbreak. And it is currently 75 degrees in New York, so you're gonna come with me on my hot girl walk and we're gonna talk poetry. For those of you who do not know, my name is Alicia. I am a poet, organizer, jack of all trades, master of tons, based in New York City and proudly from Los Angeles. Now, like many creatives, I can get in my own way sometimes, and people have been begging me to put out content around this book for the last year, and we're finally here. I thought about a lot of different ways to share this content with you. I was debating, I was like, do I want to do a BTS? Do I want to do a making of? But as I sat with my art, all of that kind of just felt not as authentic to me. And what does feel authentic and alive in me right now is talking about our emotions, our experiences as creatives, and how we alchemize that into living, breathing, tangible art pieces. Now, I'm an Aquarius sun with the Pisces Venus, so you do the math on what type of relationship I have with my emotions, but I'm gonna try my best. A little bit of background on the book before we get into the poem. So last year I was part of a 9-week publishing intensive through Luna Collective, which is an editorial magazine based in LA. And essentially in this program, they were like, within 9 weeks, you're gonna be able to produce a chapbook. And my Aquarius ass was like, okay, I'm gonna write a book. It's gotta be different. It's gotta be unique. It's gotta be something that no one has ever seen before. And it is. I like to say, and also with you, is what Drake tried to do, but better, and I did it first. Throughout the whole process of this creation of my book, I kept saying, I want this to feel like a mixtape. So it's only right that I tell y'all about the first poem that I wrote that felt like music to me. And so we begin. The poem I'm gonna be discussing with y'all today is called Tin Man. So, back in 2018, I was involved with a coworker that I definitely should not have been involved with for multiple reasons. But we had a very strong connection. We connected on politics, we connected on academia, we connected on art, but most importantly, we connected on Frank Ocean. One day, I think it was maybe after hours in the office, we were like listening to music and getting some work done, and Nights by Frank Ocean came on, and bro, we both paused and were like, yo, we love this song. And we talked about, what are the reasons why we love this song, and what does it evoke in us, and how do we feel about it. And if I could parse that whole conversation down, what I would say is that Nights by Frank Ocean feels like witnessing to me. It felt like witnessing alchemy and destruction and confusion and searching for your own soul. That's what that song feels like to me, witnessing the humanity of misunderstanding. And that's a lot of what me and this coworker were. The humanity of misunderstanding, of missed opportunity, of love with no place to put it and no place it should probably go. Writing Tin Man was my attempt to be honest with myself. It was my attempt to be honest with myself about this experience, about the ways that I was out of control in this experience, the ways that I was witnessing someone's self-destruction, and also being honest about the way I played a role in that destruction and subsequently my own destruction. And I wanted to capture this witnessing, but most importantly, I wanted to capture the coldness of it, the iciness of loneliness, of being in the same room with someone and not being able to reach them, but you feel them somehow, some way, and it's just a nebulous sphere of emotions that has no place to go but on a page. And writing this was cathartic for me. Not only for past me, but I didn't even realize in the moment how cathartic it would be for future me. And it wasn't until years later when I moved to New York and I was very lonely and working through a lot of things myself. And I was also experiencing my first real winter of my life. And I was walking on this very same street. And I looked up and I saw this bridge. And there was something about the iciness, the loneliness of this cold, drab bridge on this cold, snowy, fucked up day that just felt familiar. It felt like Tin Man. I'm sharing all of this to say that your art is a culmination of all your life experiences. The mundane, the painful, the joyful, the moments that teach you something about yourself. And it was this photo and this poem and this moment under this bridge that made it real for me, that encompassed that feeling. This quote from Frank's song. And now, whenever I hear Nights by Frank Ocean, this person, this experience is still with me. When I look at this photo in my book, the resilience I built to survive one of the hardest years of my life is still with me. My book was made possible because I alchemized my experiences. I made them into something fresh and beautiful and full of love and honesty that I'm really proud of. And now, my book is also with you.
Them boys wanna see me broke down and shit, bummed out and shit, stressed out and shit, that's everyday shit. Shut the fuck up, I don't want your conversation. Rolling marijuana, that's a cheap vacation. My everyday shit, every